Hi, and welcome to November 2023 Patreon rewards video. So this is one of those months where it's becoming more, sadly it's becoming more and more frequent that I just don't do any work outside of work. So I don't do any personal work, and it's really annoying because I had no time. So this month, that isn't to say that I don't have rewards. I do. I actually had to. Well, I'll explain in a little second. But this month, or the month of October, I returned to work on The Simpsons, for which I am very grateful. However, right the exact same day that I got my call back to go back to work, I also took on another storyboard project, which was just as big as a studio work. So I basically had two board jobs at the same time. So two full-time storyboard jobs that I was doing at the same time. Plus, I hadn't finished a commission for the fake Magic the Gathering cards that I was doing for a friend. So that was yet another full-time job. So I actually had three full-time jobs that I was doing all at once, which basically meant that every single second that I wasn't either picking up or dropping off a kid from school, or eating or sleeping, those three things, I was working. And I would wake up in the morning, do the stuff with the kids, dropping them off and stuff, then get to work, eat, get to work, eat, and then get back to work until bedtime. And then I just do it all over again. And that happened for weeks. It was absolutely brutal. So it's like feast or famine. Like, for 5 months I had nothing. Well, almost nothing. I had a little bit of freelance that was barely paying me anything. And then right when and then suddenly I get work, and then when I get the work, I get a ton of it, so much that I can barely do it, but I can't refuse it. So it was brutal, right? Like I'm still burned out. I'm still tired. I'm still trying to recover. I actually managed to finish everything at the time of this record. The reason I'm even recording this is because I actually finished what I needed to do. So I finished the commissions, which I will share next month, with the painting. I finished the freelance storyboard, which I cannot share because it's under MBA, what and of course I can't share what I did for work because it's work. So I've got nothing to share except stuff that I had already done that I've never shared before, or that I never shared to Patreon before. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. So I'm going to just go over some of the artwork that I managed to look around and see what I could share, what I haven't given to you before. And so I found a few things, and I'll talk about them. So here is a picture of some teddy bears. So what's the teddy bears thing? So this actually was just, I don't quite remember why I was drawing teddy bears. But I think it was for a friend, and I was drawing these teddy bears, and I don't think they were ever used for anything. Then years kind of passed, and then I started trying to experiment with digital color. And in order to experiment with brushes and digital coloring and stuff, I decided that I was going to use the teddy bears. So I took the scan of these drawings, and I colored them. So that's what this is. These are like experiments. One of my early painting experiments of just coloring something digitally. So this is something that I recommend. Like you know, if you just have something laying around and you just want to play around with digital coloring, or you want to experiment with something, I highly recommend just finding some sketches and just coloring them that you've done already, that you don't even have to worry about, that you could just play around with. So that's what this is. Um, Silver patrons are going to get the PSD files of all this stuff, by the way. So I was also doodling around. I think this is one of the early drawings that I ever had when I first started playing around with a Cintiq around the time of the Simpsons movie. This is what I was just playing around with. It's called Conan Sketches, apparently, but this is me trying to draw Conan. And the idea here is just to play around with shapes. Just do some extreme crazy shapes and then try to make a face out of it. And that's what this is. Just quick little sketches and doodles that I did experimenting with digital drawing. Again, more. This was called Dragon. I think this was supposed to be a martial arts master, right? One of those little old men that you never suspect to be like a martial arts master. So that's what this is, and this is me playing around with shapes. Again, you can see this. Look at this crazy weird shape, and then I was just trying to, and then I put a face on it, and then it looks like this kind of like a, I don't know, top heavy bean shape, kind of with a point. That was what I was playing around with the most here. This one, I think, of course, this is the one that really works. Like this one doesn't, this one doesn't, and then there's something about this one that is just great. I really like the way that this old man, look how cool. I like it. I like it a lot. I kind of want to use it for something. I don't know what I'm going to use it for. I know what this was for. It was for and I think I've shared some of the other drawings about this before in some other place, but it was about a samurai and his little daughter. And the samurai is this guy who's got a reputation of being this awesome fighter, but really he's a complete klutz. And then he's got this little daughter who does all the work because she's really bright and smart. I guess it's kind of an Inspector Gadget kind of a thing, because that's kind of the way that the Inspector Gadget works. But it's that kind of a trope. I think that's what it was. I don't remember what was so original about it that I thought that I should try. I think there must have been something, but I don't think I ever wrote it down. So now it's lost in whatever I thought it was going to be. Well, maybe it's anyway. So I found this. It says logo for partial board. I was drawing some kind of logo or something. I don't even remember what this was for. So that's what that is. It's kind of a weird thing where you're just yeah. It's so cool. It's weird, but it's cool. I kind of like what it is. I kind of like it. Yeah. But again, anyway, sharing it with you. I don't even remember where this was from. So, but it's pretty neat. Oh, today's postcard. So this is the postcard for this month. Okay, so I was trying to do something that was a little bit more abstract, a little bit more vague, something that the viewer could participate with more. However, again, I think I put too much detail. Like I think it's too much detail. It's okay. I like it. If I have a personal critique on my own work here, is that I think it needed more neutrals. I think it needed to be more neutral. I think it's too colorful. It has the colors are too saturated. I think if everything was more gray and more neutral, I think it would have worked better. But nevertheless, I like the way it turned out. So, Yeah. This month's postcard it, goes to Lynn. Lynn, you won this month's postcard, so congratulations. So this is the postcard for the month. I'm gonna keep trying to get to the abstract, or maybe not. Maybe I'll change my every month. I'm like, by the time I get to the postcard, because I'm thinking about stuff, like I'm thinking about more abstract, all these things. I want to experiment with this and that and the other thing. And then when I get to actually have to do the postcard, I'm like, you know what I feel like doing? Something else. feel like doing this. I feel like doing that. And then I totally change my, like at the moment that I actually have to do the postcard, I just decide that I want to do something completely different than what I thought I wanted to do. Um, the only reason I went back to the abstract thing is because I was doing it last time, but I think I probably, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know what I'm going to be doing next for the next postcard, but anyway, that's this month's postcard, so congratulations, Lynn. This is more sketches from my sketchbook on the, so I did, I think I talked about the hot dog, and I think I even gave you guys the PDF for the board or something. I don't remember. For the hot dog little movie that I was doing. So these are sketches for the female character in that story, the female sorcerer. I went on Amazon and I found some crazy clothes, some crazy jackets, and they have these like cool like like this like what's on here. I like that idea so much with these crazy big bulky jackets that I'm like, oh, I'm gonna use that. So I gave her that. I like the idea that you could only see kind of her eyes. So this was just me playing around with shapes and specifically her clothes, her look, her face, what she would look like. Here we have, look at this, it's all bent. Here we have arm designs. So I'm playing around with a different character's arms. So just checking how bulky I could make it, kind of a Popeye arms. Yeah, pretty cool looking shapes. Just playing around with shapes. This was different shape designs and iterations for the sidekick character, which is the raven that I have. I forgot what I named the raven, but these are just beak designs for the raven. So I would look at photos of a raven, and then I would try to find ways to exaggerate those beaks. And I think I finally decided that something like this was what I wanted. Something, so I'm like, okay, so this is kind of what I want, and then I kept on going. So here, and then here's where I decided that maybe an albino raven would be a good way to go. But here's some more sketches of the raven. So I really like these sketches. I think they turned out pretty good. Okay, so these are from the Versus drawings. The Versus. Long time ago, my friends and I were drawing sketches of characters, superhero characters that kind of have the same theme or the same name, or that they looked alike or whatever. And there's stuff like that. And so this is Silver Surfer from Marvel Comics, and then that's Dr. Manhattan over there. On the right, from DC Comics, The Watchmen. And I guess the joke is that Silver Surfer is like this cosmic space hero that's basically kind of naked. And then we have Dr. Manhattan, who's this cosmic, and he's not he ends up in space eventually also, but he's also kind of naked, and they're both kind of all blue or all silver, all but Dr. Manhattan is absolutely buck naked, and you can see his genitalia. So, Silver Surfer has to stand next to this naked dude. he's covering he's covering up his junk with his surfboard, so he's trying to censor him. So that was a joke. I don't know if it works, but I thought it was fun, and I like that I put like little hairs on his feet. It's a bad joke. This is one of the reasons why I never like really like. This is one of my funny ones. It's like it's not that funny. But I found it and I'm like, okay, I should share it because it's one of the ones that I barely ever shared, or people, I don't even know if I ever put it anywhere. Okay, so I found this. I scanned this. This is, I think I put it on my blog at one point. I went to a retreat, and then this is kind of like they gave us a little pamphlet, so we have these little quotes. But as I tend to do, I'm sitting here going, I felt like doodling the people around me or something. So I guess I was listening to a lecture, or maybe it was during our free time, and I went about doodling and sketching and doing my thing. So let me see. I don't even know what I wrote here. Humility is not thinking less of yourself, but thinking of yourself less. Oh yeah, that's a quote from C.S. Lewis. And then the only sketch I like in these 2 pages, this is a person I drew who was waiting in the confession line with me. He was falling asleep. Okay. I don't remember this at all. I'm not happy with this. I'm not happy with this sketch at all. It doesn't look like the picture. Drew this while waiting to go to confession as well. It was a long wait. Oh, yes. Long confession lines are the worst. After painting the rose, so I had a painting of a rose that I have in one of my books, my sketchbooks. After painting the rose, I had a little time left, so I tried a sketch of my surroundings. I think I misspelled surroundings. I was attempting to create a nice composition with a clear tonal separation of foreground, background, and middle ground. Instead, I got an unclear mess. Yeah, it's not the greatest. But that's the thing. You're doodling, you're sketching, you're playing around. Sometimes things work, sometimes they don't, and that's what this is. And then a sketch I did while waiting for Mass to start. I got a quick impression of a guy reaching down as he was preparing for Mass, and then began drawing him from memory. Didn't get very far. Okay. So that was that. So that's what this is. I don't remember any of this stuff, but I found it and I was like, oh, these are pretty cool. It's pretty cool that I found it. It was just like it's like a little down memory lane kind of thing. Okay, so years and years and years and years ago, you'll see the date. I drew this. Like this was, I think, even before the Batman Superman movie. I don't remember. Anyway, this was a gag that I did for my blog. And I just it's Superman and Batman arguing. So you'll see what happens. You'll see. This is another one of the versus things. Superman versus Sentry. So if you don't know who Sentry is, he's a Marvel character who's basically Superman but psychotic. Like he's really really powerful, but he's got a dark side that actually physically manifests. And so if he gets, and he's kind of messed up. But anyway, he's Superman. He's basically one of the 3 Supermans in Marvel Comics. There's 3 versions of Superman in Marvel Comics. I just picked Sentry. But there's a few characters that are basically Superman in Marvel Comics. And so that's what it is. So, Lois is falling from a building. Superman's about to catch her, and then Sentry comes in and pushes him aside to catch her instead. That was the idea. This is, like I said, it's an old. It says '09, so this is 2009. Okay, so here's the thing. So it actually animates. So like this whole thing is the argument, and it's all a gag. It's all a joke. I'm just making fun of both of them, and the kind of things that they would say to each other, and the kind of this was fun. This is fun. I like the way it's 2008. This was also one of my earlier attempts at coloring digitally. I didn't really know too much about color at the time. So that's it. I'll let you guys read the gag on Patreon, but it's also on my website, on my luisescobarblog.com website somewhere. But it's I liked it. It's goofy. Oh, and something about the way that I wrote the article. I signed it Frog because it has something to do with the gag that I was, something about the blog post that I was, okay, so whatever. Anyway, so that's why it says Frog. But now you guys, you can download the GIF, read it yourself. It's all one giant gag. I actually liked it. It's fun. And that's it. So considering that I didn't do anything this month, you guys get a lot of stuff anyway. So thanks a lot for your support, and thank you for putting up with me, and thank you for these rewards came a week late, later than usual because of the fact that I couldn't breathe, and I wasn't able to record this. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time. All right, bye.